everyone. This is Manisa the Poet, your diamond in the rough in the city, still looking pretty. Coming to you guys today with yet another coronavirus quarantine video. I don't come to you today with good news. If you're from New York, you know rapper Fred the Godson. Known for the song Monique's Room, among many other songs, and all the collabs that he did with such other talented rappers as himself. A life lost, it wouldn't matter what exactly he did, but I do know, however, he did reach people. I know a person personally connected to him, well actually two, and I used to hear them in the studio laughing and joking all the time, and I just got the impression that this was such a happy, infectious person that just being around him, his personality radiated to you. So I'm hurt as a black woman for his wife, as a woman period, but more so because in our community we lose a lot of men, and we do so because of some of the trials that we face in our ethnicity. I pray for all our black boys and black men. I know that the world can understand where I'm coming from. Like I said, this is not coming from a racist place, this is coming from a real place. Like I said, the coronavirus does affect everyone. Whether you know the person firsthand, secondhand, whether you don't know the person. I've cried tears for people I didn't even know. There was a lady that died, and her son had cerebral palsy, and her daughter was supposed to graduate this year. They talked about it on the news, and you know, they announced how she was a public figure and how she did so much for people, you know, her and her husband. But all I saw was a mother who was unable to be there for their child anymore, a sister who had to mourn her brother and her mother, and a husband who had to mourn his wife and his son. And that really hurt me to my core, because as I shared before, I have somewhat of a rough exterior at times, but my compassion runs deep. So without further ado, I'm going to read a poem inspired by Fab's challenge, Coldest Summer. If anybody knows what I'm talking about. From New York and other places. I'm not saying other people don't know who Fab is, but it's fabulous. He's from Brooklyn, a Brooklyn rapper that I've always had love for, because you can put Fab on anything and he kills it. So I was so happy to see the tribute that he put together, that short video clip of Fred the Godson, you know, in the hospital, and having other people pay tribute was a beautiful thing. That also brought tears to my eyes. But I guess the thing that I could say, that I would say if I could speak to his wife or his family, would be more or less what I said to myself when my mom died, and she was also connected to a respirator before she passed. I know she's not suffering no more, and as hard as it is to go through, we don't want to lose anyone, but at least we know that person is no longer suffering. We don't know how hard it is to be somewhere trying to breathe and can't breathe. We don't know to the extent of which you feel like you're not even gonna live through it. So I mean, I myself have experienced not being able to breathe, but not to that degree. So I can't even imagine how hard it is for someone who can't. I can just tell you how it feels to see someone go through that, and it's not an easy feat to suffer. Now, with that being said, let's get to my read. Alright. Coldest summer, I never got to know you, but used to hang with my people. Seeing you in the hospital bed on that respirator hit me like something lethal. Maybe it was because that was how I last saw my mom. She died at the age of 49 from a respiratory failure, and I can understand the calm before the storm. My heart breaks for your wife, although it's a fight. You have to pull through for her and your future kids. You have too much life to live, so much potential. This coronavirus couldn't really bring any more than it has already done. The mental detriment somewhat feels like a segregation, but it affects everyone, and we must remember that it's not done. If you were to leave, your talent would truly be missed. But I'm not trying to hear that shit. We lost too many of our brothers this year, and that is something my heart just can't bear. All right, that's my rendition of The Coldest Summer. It's not how I would have flew as a lyricist, because if I rapped it, it would have been more potent. But it was my poetry reading, which I was connected to in a way that, knowing that I wrote that prior to him passing a couple of weeks ago when he first got sick, it's what I felt at that time. It's what I feel at this time. And I just pray that those who going through it, they come through it. That's all I could pray. Everybody can't win in life. Some people have to lose, but I just feel like I'm tired of seeing our brothers lost. I'm tired of seeing our people lose. I'm wearing a t-shirt today by a young lady that basically supports Black brands, and I'm not, once again, in any way trying to be racist, but I totally am happy to be supporting her shirt and wearing it today. It says Black by popular demand. It's also reminiscent of a style that was worn back in the day with Spike Lee. I also wore my big door knackers. That was also something reminiscent of the past. But I'm not stuck in the past. The present is now. I'm living life, and I'm here sharing my world with you guys, sharing my joy, sharing my pain. Thank you, YouTubers. Thank you, YouTube audience. Thank you, my Instagram followers, my family, my loved ones, all those who join in and listen to me read my poetry, listen to me inspire people, and know that I'm coming here for that purpose. Thank you all. Thank you to the truck drivers, the hospital workers. Thank you to the healthcare workers. Thank you to the UPS. Thank you to the postal workers. Thank you to the food service workers. Thank you to the sanitation workers, regular custodial. Thank you to the government pushing it through for the people that actually need it. And for some reason I get raspy through my videos, maybe because I get choked up, or maybe just because my beverage is always across the room. But forgive me for that. And I hate to be like, I'm making the noise all the time, but I guess it's just a part of my process until, I become seasoned in what I'm doing. But I'm grateful for you guys. This is Manisa the Poet, your diamond in the rough in the city. Thanking God first.